With over 260 million global users, Netflix handles massive traffic spikes whenever they drop a new hit series. What do they use for that? AWS EC2s with auto-scaling. Netflix leverages EC2 to dynamically scale computing resources in real time. Their entire video streaming infrastructure runs on AWS, allowing them to handle concurrent streams without having problems. Looking at our diagram here, here's the flow. Users connect to a load balancer which distributes traffic to EC2 instances in an auto-scaling group. These instances automatically expand or contract based on demand, perfect for unpredictable traffic patterns. Each instance connects to EBS volumes for persistent storage that survives even if instances fail. At the end, I've got two real exam questions about this topic for you to test your knowledge and see if you are already prepared for the exam. Let's dive into the first topic, EC2 types. Before getting your EC2 service up and running, you need to focus on choosing the right instance type for you. Pick the wrong one and you are either burning money or watching your application crawl. Let's break down these instance types. General purpose. This is your everyday workhorses for web servers and dev environments. They are reliable, decent performance, and provide really good value overall. Compute optimized, CPU beasts basically. When you need to cut a 4-hour batch job down to half an hour, this is your answer. Memory optimized, RAM beasts for in-memory databases. Storage optimized, input-output powerhouses for data warehousing and log processing, great disk throughput capacity. Accelerated computing, GPU-equipped instance for machine learning and rendering tasks. High-performance computing, when you need raw computational power with low latency network. Pick the wrong type and you'll either waste money or get terrible performance. I've seen both happen too many times already. Let's move to EC2 sizing and configuration options. When setting up your instances, you've got several levers to pull. The first one is the operational system choice. Linux, Windows or Mac. Linux is cheaper, but sometimes you just need Windows for compatibility. Compute power, from tiny fractions of a CPU to monsters. My recommendation is that you should start small and then you can always scale up later. Storage, connect to different EBS volume types depending on your performance needs basically. Network, card speed matters. I've seen applications bottlenecked not by CPU or memory but by network throughput. Security groups, your instance's firewall basically. Keep them tight. I've inherited environments with wide open security groups that were basically inviting attackers in. Auto-scaling groups, ASGs. This is crucial for production environments. An ASG is a collection of EC2 instances treated as logical units that can automatically grow or shrink based on demands. Let's move on to purchasing options. Let's talk money now. There are basically 4 ways to pay for EC2s. On demand, pay by the second, no commitments, like taking taxes, convenient but expensive for long-term use. Reserved instances, commit for 1 to 3 years and save up to 70% in costs. Spot instances, up to 90% off, but AWS can take them back with just 2 minutes notice. Perfect for bad jobs, run your nightly processing on spots and save a fortune. Dedicated instances, your own physical hardware, pricey but sometimes necessary for compliance reasons. Smart teams use a mix, reserved for baseline, on demand for predictability fluctuations, and spot for everything else that can handle interruptions. Let's move on to Elastic Block Store, EBS. Think of them as virtual hard drivers for your instances. Unlike the temporary storage that comes with your instance, EBS volumes stick around even if your instance dies, crucial for any data you care about. From my experience, you will pick between general purpose SSD. They offer a good balance of price and performance. Provisioned IOPs SSD when you need guaranteed input-output performance. Throughput optimized HDD, cheaper but still decent for sequential access. Cold HDD, the budget option for infrequently accessed data. EBS snapshots are point-in-time backups. You can use them to restore volumes or create new ones. Keep in mind, don't use EBS for serverless apps. They don't need it. Or for data that you would be better in S3 really. Let's talk now about the difference between EBS and EFS. The key difference is simple. EBS is block storage for one instance. EFS is file storage for many. EBS connects to a single EC2 instance, with limited exceptions of course, and gives you the performance of a local disk, perfect for database and boot volumes. EFS lets multiple instances access the same file simultaneously. It's good for content management systems, shared application files, or data science workloads where multiple servers need the same data. Basically, use EBS for high performance on a single server and use EFS when multiple servers need access to the same file. Now, let's test what you've learned with two real exam level questions. First one. A company has a data processing application that handles sensitive customer information. The application runs on EC2 instances and uses EBS volumes for storage. The company needs to ensure that all data on the EBS volumes is encrypted and that encryption keys are properly managed. Which approach should the architects recommend? I'll give you some time to take a look on the options and select the best one. The correct answer is C. Use EBS encryption with Customer Management KMS and enable automatic key rotation. Let's go to the next question. A company has a batch processing application that runs on EC2 instances and processes data from Amazon S3. The processing jobs typically take between 4 to 5 hours to complete and run several times a week. The company wants to reduce costs while ensuring the jobs complete successful. Which EC2 purchasing option should the solutions architect recommend? Correct answer is D. Spot instances with a fallback to on-demand instances. Well, that's it for today. I hope you like it, and I hope you feel a little bit more prepared to do the exam. Good luck!